Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. So let us proceed with the first question of a question a day for this week. Okay, the question is a glass lens of refractive index 1.53. Okay, the symbol is N. Is coated with a thin film of refractive index of 1.43. So this is for the thin film. Okay, and for the thin film, no light is found to be reflected from the lens with the thickness of, so this is the thickness. Calculate the longest wavelength, okay, longest or highest wavelength or maximum wavelength of the light that makes this possible. So basically it is mentioned in the question is a thin film of, this is the case of thin film. So for the thin film we have is either in phase or the case of antiphase. Then we need to identify for this case. So let us understand the situation of this question. We have thin film coated, okay, coated the lens. So lens here, this is our thin film. So exactly here is the air. Okay, so N for the air is 1, and for the thin film mentioned in the question 1.43, and for the lens is 1.53. Okay, so based on this diagram, okay, we can conclude or we can decide. So the first ray, the first reflected ray is coming from 1 to 1.43. So it is from less dense to denser, meaning that the refracted ray number 1 is having phase change. Okay, then for the second interface, we have second interface here. It's coming from 1.43 to 1.53, again from less dense to denser. So it's your reflected ray number 2 is also having the phase change. So R1, we have phase change, step number 1. Okay, phase change. R2 also has the phase change. This means that both are, okay, R1 and R2, reflected ray 1 and reflected ray 2 are in phase. Okay, so this is our case, in phase. So now we want to conclude is either it is constructive or destructive. So we have the keyword here. No light is found to be reflected, meaning that it is destructive interference. So the equation for in-phase destructive is 2nt equal to m plus half lambda. Okay, the question asks us to get the maximum wavelength. So maximum wavelength means your number of order is minimum. So in this case, your number of orders should be equal to 0. Okay, so N here must be N for the thin film. Okay, so we have substitution 2, 1.43. Okay, we just include the N for the thin film. Thickness 1.04 times 10 to minus 7 equal to 0 plus half lambda. Okay, so lambda maximum. So using your calculator, you'll get your lambda maximum is equal to 5.95 times 10 to the power of 7 meter.